Hello and welcome to another Fusion 360 tutorial. Today we are in chapter 7. This is tutorial number 2. We are creating a model that looks like some sort of uh, plumbing valve or something. And it has kind of like these three different parts. Um, so there's a lot going on this, but just try and stick with me. It's not actually that hard to create. It just has a bunch of steps. So jumping into Fusion, we have just a new file. I'll save this, chapter 7, tutorial 2, and we're ready to get started. So to get started, I'm going to start a sketch, and I'm going to do it on this front plane. I should have had this pulled up in the book before I started, but here I am looking for it. So anyway, we're going to get started, and we have kind of like the main sphere in the middle and the two side flanges. Those can be done in a revolution. So I'm going to draw the sketch of that, and really there's symmetry right to left, right? So I only really need to create half of that. So I'm going to create a line, center line. I'm going to create two center lines. I'm going to have a horizontal one and a vertical one. And now those will form the basis of reflections, and this one will form the basis of reflection, and this horizontal one will form the axis for the revolution after I draw it. So I'm going to start drawing, and I can just draw this shape. See, this is probably around 10-ish. I'm just going to rough it out though. Kind of get the shape in here and add the dimensions afterward. And I come over here. So you can see I have kind of this rough shape, and then I need some center point arcs. So I'll go from here and up to this line, and then extend the center line up a little bit, do another center point arc from here up to here. So you can see that area is blue. It's fully surrounded. Let me move my view a little bit so you can see all of it. So that's good. Now I just need to start adding in dimensions. Now the good thing about defining this as a center line beforehand instead of a construction line or just a solid line is if I dimension from one of these lines to the center line, it does the overall size, and that's what I want, is the overall diameter of my finished revolution. So this is going to be 90. This is going to be, oh, hit that wrong. D for dimension, click on that one, click on that one. Okay, this one's going to be 48, and I got things kind of a little out of whack here. This line needs to be collinear with this line, and then we also know that this is 28. Now some horizontal dimensions. This is 10. This is 5. And then this radius is 41. And this radius is 51. And then we also have that the whole distance is 130, the horizontal distance. So I'll do that is 130. All right, so with that done, everything's defined. I can double click on this section, and on one of those lines it selects everything that's connected to it. It's a chain connection, and I can reflect that using the mirror tool. I can select the mirror line as this line, and you see how it reflects over there. And that's it. So I can hit finish sketch, and then now we're going to revolve this shape. So I need to select both halves of this and select the axis is this one. And it defaults to 360 degrees, which is perfect. That's what we want. So I'll hit OK. And now I'm ready to work on that top flange part. So what I need to do is create an offset plane. So that's this option right here, or you can do the drop-down menu and go to offset. And I need to select my origin bottom plane. Pro tip, if this is giving you trouble, you might be able to rotate your view to get at it, but I can't point at that, right? So I can hide the body. Sounds like it's some sort of bad joke. I can hide that, and now I can click on this and then unhide it, and now I can do my offset plane. So this is an offset a distance of 70 millimeters, and now I can create a sketch on that plane. So now I'm just making a circle of diameter 48, and that's it. Hit E for extrude, and now I am going, instead of distance, I'm going to object, and I want to select that sphere as the object. So it will default to the right options. I want to the selected face. I don't want it going through that shape. I just want it going to it. So it's going to just stop as soon as it hits the sphere right below that. So that's that. And then now on top of that, I can make another sketch up on top of this face for that flange part. And so this is a circle of diameter 90. I can hit E to extrude that, and that is 10 millimeters. Okay. And then now there needs to be a hole down through this opening into this chamber so that it's all connected space. So I'll do a sketch on top of that. Circle diameter 28. And then extrude, E, hotkey. And now I can go to object. Now this one's a little bit tricky. I want to get down to the inside face of this cylinder, right? So if I change my view and point in here, I can click on that inner face. Now you can see the red, it's like defaulting to cutting, which is what I want it to do. And if I hit OK, I can see that now it opens up into that spherical area. These now connect, which is pretty cool. So that's how you kind of link several different shapes together like that to cut out that complex geometry. So now we need to make the kind of the hole pattern over here. See on this flange, there's holes, so we need to do that. So I will create a sketch on this face on the right here. And so the holes are 12 millimeters in diameter. Need to make this be vertical with the origin. I'm going to start at the top, and then I'm going to do a circular array around. And then this distance is 33 millimeters. So now that is fully defined, and I can just select the circle, go over to create drop-down menu, select create, or select circular pattern, and then I can select my center point, and then I just have to say how many of those I want. I want 4, so I'll hit OK, finish sketch, extrude, select each of those, and the book says to do -10, but you could also do like to the other face, same thing, because this is 10 millimeters thick. I would generally actually rather click on this other face instead of saying 10, because that way if I was to change the dimension of how thick this is later, I could do that. I could go back into the extrude. Actually, it was this revolution, so I'd have to go back into the original sketch and change that dimension, but I could. And then the holes would automatically update if I, rather than doing a measurement, I did to that face. But I did it the way the book says. I did -10 millimeters. I'll do it on this other side, I'll do it my way. So over here, we're going to do the same thing. We can just draw this again. And I could probably mirror that feature over, but I think that's something that's kind of saved for the next chapter. So For now, I'll just do my 12 millimeter circle, make sure the center point is vertical with that, and that this distance is 33. And then circular pattern, center point, select, I want 4 of them, E for extrude. And this time, like I said, instead of doing a 10 millimeter measurement, I'll click on this face. And it's still doing a distance. Technically, I probably should do 2 objects and then click on that face. But that's going to cut all the way through. And then if I was to go back in my original sketch and change this to 15. Oh, doesn't like that. Oh, because everything else is locked in. It actually doesn't let me change that. Well, that's kind of annoying. Well, if I remove that constraint for a moment, I could finish my sketch and it would update and see these holes don't go through, but these ones, the ones on the right don't go through, but the ones on the left do. And that's because I defined this extrude as a specific distance on the right, but this one I defined as going all the way to that face. So even if that face moves, it updates. So I don't want to mess up those dimensions, so I'll just hit undo until I'm back to where I was. All right, so then one more face that I need to do, and need to create holes on the top. So I will do same thing as the others, create a sketch up here, create a circle, 12 millimeters, fix it vertically with the origin, and dimension that to 33. I think it's still 33, right? Let me double check. Oh, the book does mention that it's valid to mirror the other things, so why don't I back up and show that? So before I created these, I could, I just created these holes. I could now mirror this feature. So when you go to mirror with nothing selected, I can choose bodies, faces, features, or components. I'm going to select features here, and then I'm going to select this down here in the timeline, this extrude. That extrude was making those holes. And then I can select my mirror plane. And again, I can't, oh, I can actually. I can select that, or I could hide the body if I can't do that, and then do that. And now it automatically mirrors that across here since this is a symmetrical thing. And it'll do compute type adjust. I'll hit OK, and now it mirrors those holes over. So that was just another way to do that. So back up to here, recreating this part, I'll do a circle, and that's 12 millimeters. Make sure it's vertical, and the distance is the same. It's 33 millimeters. Circular array, or circular pattern, and center point. 4 of those, hit E for extrude, underneath, and just do it to that base, and hit OK. Now I have holes in all of them, I have all my dimensions correct. This drawing overcomplicates it because it has it from all the different views, but if you don't have the step-by-step instructions, then you could kind of figure that out. It's not immediately obvious from the blueprint how you would go about drawing this, so hopefully this gives you kind of an idea how you could tackle something like this. The test drives, they don't give you the step-by-step instructions, so it might be a good idea for you to go ahead and follow along with this tutorial. Just go ahead and restart it and just do step-by-step through this. You can kind of get a feel. The more of these you do, the more things you model, the more things you create, the better idea you get of how to do it if you were trying to do it from scratch on your own. So with that said, I'm all done. Thanks for watching.